Alright, Shalom Meshrala. I want to start off as always by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Chai, that belongs to the Apostle of GMS, and honest to you, brothers are doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. I'm away home once again, seems to be some interesting stuff in these newspapers these days. But I saw another headline which kind of grabbed my attention. Right, and the subline to it was Met being the Metropolitan Police, the main, like how you get the NYPD, the SCPD and all that kind of stuff. We get like, in London you have the Metropolitan Police. It basically says Met rapid reaction teams will set up armed roadblocks in crime hit areas. Now, for me, because there's not a lot of gun violence uh, in London and UK in general. That's quite unprecedented. I may be wrong, but like I said, I believe that to be quite unprecedented. It's not like over there in the States where, this kind of thing happens a lot. What it made me do was it made me think of Second Ezra 15 and 17, because what this most likely is just a because I'll be honest, London hasn't got a gun problem like that. Maybe a couple handful of people might get killed. That's most likely knife crime, or but to get this kind of headline, it's just Esau basically telling you what it is. Basically, he's creating the, would you call it, the environment so that he has the legal justification to do what he wants to do. But forget the rambling. Let's get into the scriptures. Second Ezra 15 and 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." What this is going to do is it's going to accustom the people to having you know armed people at certain sections, because it's saying it's going to be around. Let me just look at it real quick. Roadblocks and carry in neighborhoods suffering gun crime. So that's whole neighborhoods, man. And it's something that they've been planning to do for a long time. But they've just set up their justification, right? And it's called Viper Squads. That's what they're calling themselves. You can look into it more yourself. Shit, was that the same? I didn't even go where I wanted it, did it? Saying, this is Revelations 12 and 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." But you're going to see Esau doing more outlandish shit, because he knows that he's got a little time left, and he wants to fulfill everything that he has planned, because he's a vain man. He doesn't believe that he's going down. Psalm 49:11. So he thinks that he can genuinely take down the children of Israel. So Esau's going to start coming down, and a lot of our people don't seem to realize this, right? And then you start reading Ezekiel 21 and 9. It says, "Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter." And this is part of the way. This is part of it here. You don't just cordon off a whole damn neighborhood just because one guy might have a firearm. And like I said, London hasn't really got firearm problems. If you was to say, Chicago, deep Chicago, whatever, then from what we hear of over here in the UK about Chicago, you might say, fair enough. But it's not like that in London. It really isn't. Right? It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? And that's what all these niggas be doing. They're just making mirth. Right? It says, "It contemneth the rod of my son." Whoa, that's what IUIC are doing, man. They're marrying and giving into marriage. It says, "It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it to the hand of the slayer." And who's the slayer, man? Esau's the slayer. "Crying, how, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh." Because, Esau's gonna come down hard on you, Jakes. But you're gonna realize too late. The scriptures say never trust thine enemies, but you got loads of Jakes who wants to get down with these Edomites, man. But with that, I'm just gonna wrap it up. So this is Viper squads to blitz gun gangs. Met rapid reaction teams will set up armed roadblocks and crime hit areas. Right, and in that time, everyone's gonna be a criminal. If you ain't down with the government, you're gonna be a criminal, worse so a terrorist. Because if you notice, all the legislation says that a terrorist, more or less, has no rights. And the legislation also says if you have a problem with the government, you're a terrorist. So now I'm just going to say, all praise be to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, then also Apostle GMS and honesty brothers doing work in truth, more sincerity. Shalom.